I am Evazu back. Today I will be talking about 7 C's of communication. Now, you might be asking, why do I need a formula for talking? I do it every day. The reality is, quantity does not equal quality. Whether you are learning English as a second language, trying to become a powerful public speaker, or simply wanting to get along better with your colleagues, these 7 principles are your blueprint. For my English learners, these principles will be your safety net. They will help you choose the right words so you don't have to worry about being misunderstood. For my presenters, structure is everything. The 7 C's will ensure your audience remembers your message long after you leave the stage. And for everyone here, these skills build trust. When you communicate well, people respect you more. So, let's dive into the framework that will transform the way you speak and write. Let's start with the first, and perhaps most important C, clear. Being clear means minimizing the effort your listener has to make to understand you. If they have to guess your meaning, you have not been clear. You must have a specific goal. Let's look at a comparison. Here is a bad example. I was wondering if maybe we could potentially touch base about the thing discussed earlier. That is vague. It is confusing. Now, look at the clear version. Here is a good example. Let's meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. to discuss the marketing budget. See the difference? Clarity removes doubt. Moving on to our next principle, concise. Being concise means sticking to the point and keeping it brief. It does not mean being rude. It means respecting the other person's time. For English learners, this is great news. It means you don't need to use long, complicated sentences to sound professional. Short sentences are often stronger. Here is a bad example. I am writing to you because I wanted to see if it is at all possible for you to perhaps send me the report that you were writing. That is exhausting to listen to. Let's clean it up. Here is a good example. Please send me the report by Friday. Short, powerful, effective. Now, let's look at the third C, concrete. When your message is concrete, it is solid. It includes facts, figures, and data. It is not abstract. Concrete communication paints a picture in the listener's mind so they know exactly what reality looks like. Here is a bad example. Our sales are getting better. Better is a relative term. To me, better might mean $1. To you, it might mean $1 million. Here is a good example. Our sales increased by 15% in March compared to February. That is undeniable. It builds confidence because it is specific. Moving forward, we have the fourth C, correct. This operates on 2 levels. First, factual accuracy. Do not spread misinformation. Second, for our language learners, grammatical accuracy. While mistakes happen, using correct grammar and spelling in business establishes your credibility. It shows you pay attention to detail. Here is a bad example. The meeting are at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. The grammar is wrong, and the spelling is unprofessional. It distracts the reader from your message. Here is a good example. The meeting is at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. When your communication is correct, the audience focuses on your ideas, not your mistakes. Let's transition to the fifth C, coherent. Coherence is about flow. It is about logic. All your points should connect to the main topic. This is vital for public speakers. If you jump from topic A to topic Z without a bridge, you will lose your audience. Here is a bad example. We need to finish the project. The cafeteria runs out of coffee too fast. Also, send me the invoice. That is a mess. It is disjointed. Here is a good example. we need to finish the project. To do this, please send me the invoice so I can process the final payment. Notice how the second sentence flows logically from the first. That is coherence. Now, let's examine the sixth C, complete. A complete message gives the audience everything they need to be informed and, crucially, to take action. If I send an incomplete email, it creates a chain of unnecessary back and forth emails. Always check, have I answered the who, what, where, when, and why? Here is a bad example. Let's meet. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Meet where? When? Why? Here is a good example. Let's meet in conference room B tomorrow at 10 a.m. to finalize the design. That message is complete. No questions asked. No time wasted. Finally, moving on to our last principle, courteous. You can be clear, concise, and correct, but if you are rude, you fail. Courtesy is about tone. It is about showing respect and empathy for the receiver. This is essential for building relationships. Even when you are complaining or giving difficult feedback, you must remain polite. Here is a bad example. I want the data now. You are late. This sounds aggressive and damaging. Here is a good example. Could you please send the data as soon as possible? We are nearing the deadline. The request is the same, but the feeling is completely different. Courtesy opens doors, rudeness shuts them. So, there we have it. The 7 C's of communication. Clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, courteous. Whether you are drafting an email in a second language, standing on a stage presenting to hundreds, or simply trying to explain an idea to a friend, these principles apply. Communication is not just about speaking, it is about connecting. It is the bridge between your mind and the mind of another person. When we use these 7 C's, we make that bridge strong, wide, and easy to cross. I challenge you to pick just one email or one conversation today and apply these principles. You will be amazed at the difference. Thank you very much.